Welcome to the Hudson County Show. Pat O'Melia here. You're a concerned Hudson County resident. It's why I do the show, because of your concern, and I can feel it through the camera. That's how concerned you are. Got some elections we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about social media. You got some school taxes. The next big election is the HCDO chairmanship. We got all that we're going to discuss today. If you guys got some comments, you got some opinions on the recent election, the Trump, something with Hudson County, it doesn't matter. You post it on your Facebook. You send it to us on Twitter. We'll put it on the screen. You can play Stump Pat. Give me some questions that you think I'm afraid to ask. You got some bike people. Come on, bike people. Bring it on. Bring it on now. I've been having Twitter wars with the bike people. And they're so unrealistic, the bike people. I think it's not even on my notes, but I think I'll do a bike thing. I think I'll bring it back in. I think I got bike on the floor over here from the Jersey City show. They're so just, they think they live in a utopia. But let's get back to the business of the Hudson County show. You're watching it live on Comcast 190, livestream.com. That is our base streaming network. You can download the app. It's free. You can watch all our shows. We archive all our shows, and there's more than just me. But really, you want to watch anybody else but me? But you can see Michelle with Inside Hollywood on the Hudson, Stick Romano, Hudson County Chamber of Commerce. I'm trying to think of all the other shows we have there. There's a bunch of shows there, and there's a lot of me. So you really want to get the app, but there's more programming than just us here. The New Jersey Lottery's there. There's millions of things on livestream.com. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. Most importantly, we're on HMG TV shows. There you can see all our shows. There you can send me an email. If you got a problem with the County of Hudson, send me an email. I'll get with Mr. DeGees while he's still there. He's got at least another year and a half to go. You got a problem with your municipalities? I can speak to Fulop. I can speak to Sacco. I can speak to Stack. Anybody would have a problem in those municipalities beyond me. I can talk to Turner and Weehawken, who just won re-election in a squeaker. Why do we even go through the song and dance of having elections when people are unopposed? Once the filing is done, you're unopposed. Well, they got to vote for themselves. They win. Why go through the expense of all that? But these are the things we'll be discussing as the show goes on here today. But like I said, if you have any issues, you need some help, please send us an email, a tweet. You got a problem consumer-wise? We'll help out. These cameras are pretty powerful. Nobody wants to see these cameras outside their business. So if you got an issue, send us the email, send us the tweet. We will get right on it. And like I said, I doubt if you have any problems with the County of Hudson. But if you do that, we got some new shows we're working on. That's coming up. When you look at HMG's TV shows, we're working on something with law enforcement. Kind of kicking around a state show, and we're kind of kicking around a biography-type show called Icons. Well, one of these things, as we go into hiatus the end of this month, I don't do any shows outside of the Shore Show, which will be coming back pretty soon on the boardwalk. Jersey City Show in Hudson County going to hiatus until September at the end of May. So we work on these new shows. We'll be back. You're watching the Hudson County Show. We'll be right back. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design studio and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. We're back. I like to do this because I look important then. And I do type all this stuff up. We're talking about, and I mentioned the show Icons, it's kind of biography. There are a lot of interesting characters in Hudson County, as we all well know. And they kind of get lost to history. So I'm thinking about doing a biography on each one of these people, from the Joe Panapintos of the world to Musto in Union City, all these political figures, civic figures, business figures. Sam C. DeFeo, from another generation. Sam C. DeFeo was a automotive icon in Jersey City. He owned a ton of dealerships, but he started out at DeFeo Bakery as a kid making cannolis. But he got into the automotive business. There are a lot of stories that need to be told before these people drift off into history, and why I got a lot of them here. I think we'll bring them in, Bob Menendez, do a biography on Bob. We have a lot of interesting people. And once you start thinking that, even when you leave Hudson County, think statewide. There's a lot of interesting people we can bring in here. Memorialize them on a show. They'll have a DVD for their family. We'll put it up on the internet. They'll always, I'm sure there's always going to be an internet, so these people will always be here. Social media. We just had some elections recently. The deity in Union City, Brian Stack, won outright. There was no opposition. Again, why go through all the friggin' expense of an election when there is no opposition? And you look at Brian Stack on how he campaigns. He only knows one way, all out. It has been said Brian Stack, it's like an exterminator taking a bazooka to a mouse. Brian Stack, if you looked at Union City with all the column A and Brian Stack for mayor in his ticket, you would think, man, there's a tight election going on there. Not only was there zero election because he was running unopposed, but look at all the expense that is spent on doing this. Once the ballots, the petitions are confirmed, the candidates are validated, and if there is no opposition, why the F do we go through all the effort of setting up polling stations and voting booths and all that? Because I don't think there was another question in Union City, so the whole thing was election. Brian brought out 11,000 votes in an election that had no opposition. Think about that. 11,000, is it 11? It might have been, no, excuse me, I think it might have been 14,000. I have to look at it now. The numbers are confusing me. But whatever it is, no, actually, I think it's 14,000. His record before was 11,000. It is an outrageous amount of votes when there was no election. As soon as Brian went and voted in the morning, he won because there's no opposition. For that matter, I had text Brian Stack. I said, congratulations on another 4 years. You may as well have your celebration party outside the voting booth. You won. The balloon should be let go. As soon as he walks out from behind the curtain, balloons go, the air guns with the confetti, all that should be happening because he won. But you know how much money was spent on a campaign and an election that wasn't? There was no campaign, but Brian's printing up all the signs. He's out there holding rallies. He's out there mobilizing the troops. But there was no campaign. There was no election. There was no war to mobilize the troops. It was like a practice drill. But maybe it was a practice drill. That's something we'll get into later on. Richie Turner in Weehawken, again, ran unopposed. He didn't run to the degree of Brian Stack. I'm telling you, Brian campaigned as if there was opposition. There was no opposition. I don't know how much money was spent. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. And all those voting booths, they got to be moved. There's a ton of money. Listen, once the petitions and the candidates are validated and there's no opposition, you do the vote by mail, Brian licks a stamp, sends it in, he wins. Now, there was an election in Bayonne. Jimmy Davis won a second term, overwhelmingly won a second term. Now, we were going to do the Bayonne debate, but Team Davis was really scared about doing a live televised debate. And it's unfortunate. Everybody in Bayonne could have seen this. You could still see it if we had done it. It would still be online. Social media kind of obscured how close this election was going to be. Now, I don't live in Bayonne, so I'm following the tweets and everything that's being posted, on the internet about the campaign, reading what I can. I'll speak to how many Bayonne people do I run across in a day. It's not like in Jersey City where, when Jersey City with Mayor Fulop, again, he had a candidate against him, Bill Matsakutis, which we'll get into later with Bill Matsakutis. And we had that debate in here. Fulop was pretty sure he was going to win. I had predicted he would win with 70, I forget what the prediction was. They got 72% of the vote. He would break records with the election, and he did. But, you know, I'm in Jersey City talking to people all the time. So you kind of depend on social media in campaigns and elections that are in, in your neighborhood. And everything I read on the Twitter, on the internet, you know, the Augie Torres's, this political insider, Al Sullivan, it would look like it was going to be a tight race. Was O'Donnell going to win? No. Not well, on first ballot, that was for sure. But everything indicated there would be a runoff, especially when you had a third candidate in there. And for that matter, the third candidate in Bayonne is, I think it was Mitchell Brown, was his name? Doctor, an attorney, obviously successful person in life when you're a doctor and an attorney. You can sue yourself. He appeared to be picking up traction. You know, there was somebody that when they spoke about him said, you know, he's not going to win this time, but he's laying the groundwork. He's going to have a good showing this election. His good showing was about 500 votes. That wasn't a good showing. I think those votes are still coming in. I think Davis beat O'Donnell by about 2,000 votes. I think he got 57% of the vote. And it wasn't even close. For that matter, I think O'Donnell, McDonald was covering it for the Jersey Journal. He was covering Jason O'Donnell, Corey, and McDonald was covering for the Davis campaign. He covers Bayonne, so he probably knew better than all of us what was going to happen there. But social media, I believe, obscured just how much of a rout this was going to be for Jimmy Davis. And it was interesting because there were a ton of issues in Bayonne. As an outsider, and now a lot of these issues we recognize from Jersey City, and, you know, I do the Jersey City show. I've been covering Jersey City, you know, for the last 20-some-odd years between radio and TV. A lot of these issues, we know the final outcome for Bayonne, in particular with abatements. They didn't seem to resonate. I think that may have been the problem. None of these issues resonated with the voters there. So the only way that doesn't happen is they have that much faith and admiration for their incumbent mayor, Jimmy Davis, and that's why he won. But we'll cover that more when we come back from commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'll be right back.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together. We're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I put the bike people back on my desk. I may bring that up because you bike people are the most unrealistic, overbearing, entitled people I've ever run across. You know, these bike people would do away with cars. And I'll get into what they're talking about with protected bike lanes because they want to take all your parking away. But we still got other things of interest. I hope the Ollie guy sends me a tweet or something right now. Send me a tweet. You in the Hoboken, was the Hoboken Bear-ass or something like Urbanist? Bear-ass? Maybe the Hoboken Bear-ass guy. I don't know. Can I say Bear-ass? Yeah, I think I can say it on a cable. What I was saying with Bayonne, from an outsider, looking at the issues in Bayonne that didn't seem to resonate, and the reason they don't resonate is because everybody is, you know, they're very happy with their incumbent. You know, a year ago, there was a $15 million budget hole in Bayonne. They didn't know what the hell they were going to do to fund this. There was a land deal that went bad. And there were all sorts of accusations on how this land deal went bad and who was involved and counting your chickens before they hatch, all that crap. That didn't seem to resonate. They forced, I think, Bayonne, I think they sold some lands or they sold the future to the port authority there at the MOT. You had huge questions about out-of-towners. They actually sued the city to enforce an out-of-town ordinance. You know, they had to go get a petition again, and then the town knocked it down, but the judges brought it back on. That didn't resonate. Abatements. Now, abatements in Jersey City, and it was interesting, there was a tweet from Jerry McCann, former mayor of Jersey City. You either love Jerry McCann or you hate Jerry McCann. Simple as that. There's no middle ground when it comes to Jerry McCann. But one of the things he spoke about, and this has to do with a monument that we'll get into later also on the Jersey City waterfront, about how the abatements were originally set up in Jersey City. They were commercial. They were never intended to be residential. They were commercial jobs. You're going to build, whatever you're going to build there, we'll give you an abatement that they were going to be jobs. When you're building condominiums and residential units, there are no jobs when that project is done. There's construction jobs, which we never get in Jersey City. So some crew out of South Carolina always got those jobs. And what happens with the abatement, there is money that don't go to the school that would in your conventional taxes. The abated properties, especially why abatements are dangerous when it goes into residential units, whether it's rental or condominium, is they don't pay into the school. In Jersey City, you know, we didn't pay, our school taxes were frozen for like 20 years, and the abatement, the school got nothing. And when we started perverting the abatement process here and applying it to residential units, no money was going towards the schools, but we were building residential units that would have children who would eventually have to go to school, or people who moved in and the kids had to go to school. So we were overburdening the school system, but there was no monies going to the school system to cover these kids. That same thing is happening in Bayonne now. Now, Bayonne just passed, I'm going to talk about it later. It's like a 13-some-odd% school school budget tax increase. As they build these residential units, condominiums and rentals, families are going to move in. You know, it's like in Jersey City, when people would bring up the question about the schools, you know, are you going to build these residentials? What about the children who go to school? Well, we're not going to attract anybody with kids. They would always, and these friggin' developers would stand in front of the city council and say, people moving into Warren Street, they won't have cars, nor will they have children. And I'm like, well, that'd be sitting there. Well, how the hell is that possible? What, you got a bunch of eunuchs where there's not going to have any bedrooms? There's no sex in these? Of course there's going to be kids. And you know what? There's going to be cars, too. So every time someone tells me there's no cars with these new units, they go down and look at the cast iron lofts. You see how all the cars that are parked in the street. You know, in the old days, that was industrial on 18th and Jersey Avenue. It was all industrial area. Hoboken Avenue up behind Christ Hospital is all industrial. Oh, not anymore. We're building residential units. And guess what's all over the place down there? Cars parked everywhere. What used to be basically empty streets. Cars parked everywhere. But those people aren't bringing any cars. They're not using cars. I guess they're friends that come to visit, and they drive over every day, 24 hours a day. But as these developments in Bayonne go up and the kids go to school, and guess what? The schools are pretty crowded in Bayonne right now, and they're very expensive. They're about to get even crowder. Is there another word for that? Even more crowder? Crowded? Crowded, that's it. You're going to need more cops because you're going to have more people. You're going to need more garbage pickup because you got more people. Your parking is going to get tighter because why? Because you're not building enough parking for the units. So that's going to get tighter. Your quality of life will suffer, and you will have to pay more money. But you will pay more money in Bayonne, but not those abated properties for 30 years. They won't start paying the proper tax in Bayonne until your kids are having kids of their own, until they're in their 30s. And that's if you have a kid today. 30 years from now is when, you know, and I tell you, these abatements, they're bad on the face value now, but why the towns like it, it's budget. It fills the budget hole. You get the first and last year of the taxes paid up front, and it's what somebody called in Jersey City abatement crack. But as every year passes and the cost of that city increases, and it will, because you're going to have a lot more residents in there and a lot more needs for the schools, year 3, year 4, this abatement's a killer, but it's got another 26 years to go. These things become a real problem for the municipalities as the years go by. So these things didn't resonate in Bayonne. And there's settlements that had, the mosque had to get a settlement. It was like $400,000. You're going to pay the $400,000. That didn't resonate. For some reason, and it can only believe that there was such an affection for and respect for the incumbent mayor, Jimmy Davis, that they didn't care. They had faith in this guy. It will be interesting. Now, he says he's only going to run, this is it, his last time. 4 more years and he's out. It'll be interesting, and hopefully I'm doing my show in 4 years from now, so I can come back to this show and say, this is what I talked about. How does it look today in Bayonne? It'll be interesting. And the other thing with the social media aspect, how it obscures, I think, the elections. You just go back to Donald Trump and the presidential election. Did anybody see Trump winning that against Hillary? This was a smackdown coming. Trump was going to get crushed by Hillary and the Democrats. And look what happened. But if you read social media, nobody was Trump. Trump's ridiculous. Trump's an idiot. Wow, he's arrogant. He hates women. He had sex with women in the past, that sort of thing. Look what happened. That's where social media obscures the elections. And maybe, people look at what's going on and they decide not to come out and vote, because in Bayonne, that was low voter turnout there. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'll be right back.
Introducing the MyJCMC app, powered by Practice Unite. The free MyJCMC app puts the power of healthcare at your fingertips. Go to the concierge for access to referrals, scheduling, and appointments. See emergency room wait times and get directions to Jersey City Medical Center health locations. Read the latest JCMC news through their social media feed, find a doctor, and more. The MyJCMC app. We belong to you.
It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web at barnabashealth.org. We're back. I'm looking important. Got a lot of papers. You know who has a lot of papers? Important people with things to say. That's why I got all these papers. I can push them around. Now that we got the elections out of the way for now in Hudson County, there is only one other one of any real interest, and this one is pivotal. This is the HCDO Chairmanship. This is the Lusitania of the Hudson County power base here. In June, all the committee people will assemble in Hudson County, and they are going to vote for the chairman of the HCDO. The Hudson County, there it is, the Hudson County Democratic Organization. There is one candidate right now. That is the deity himself, the mayor of Union City, the state senator from the 33rd District, Brian Stack, the guy that just had overwhelming numbers come out when there was no reason to come out. He is running to be the chair. He is part of the mega powers with Steve Fulop. These two want to reshape the Hudson County Democratic Organization, along with Dr. Roque, the mayor of West New York, and Robbie Bala in Hoboken, the mayor there. Recently, somebody texted me and they had told me I wasn't invited to an event, a Tom DeGeese event, and I get along with Tom, but they didn't invite me. But they invited my daughter, oddly enough. And when I was talking to somebody who was going to the meeting, I said, "I'm surprised you're not going." I said, "Listen, I'll go anywhere I'm not invited, and also it saves me money." This guy gets back to me, he goes, "Oh, I know why." He says, "They think you're with those two lunatics being Stack and Fulop." But I should have reminded him, well, isn't it 4 lunatics? You got the other 2 mayors with them. On June, these committee people are going to gather. I think they're going to gather in Kearney. I think you have to have a gun to send people to Kearney, but they're going to gather in Kearney. And it's going to be a secret vote, which is pretty odd for the HCDO organizations. They usually go, yo, yay, nay, that sort of thing. But it's going to be a secret vote. But I'm assuming Brian Stack will be there. Now, Brian Stack's opposition, now we're probably, I guess, a month away. I think they reorganized. Don't hold me to it. I think it's June 10th. Might even be the 15th. Well, like a month away. Who is Brian Stack's opposition to become the HCDO chair? Nobody yet. Now, Tom DeGeese has been promising and promising and promising. He is going to name a candidate. He wants somebody from Jersey City. Because Jersey City has a lot of committee people, and that's his home base. And he has spoken to a lot of people. And when you go, you're sitting there with those a lot of people who have, hopefully, a political future in Hudson County. You're saying, here's what I got. I'd like to see you run against Brian Stack. If Brian Stack is like the Thanos of Hudson County, you know, he's got all 5 Infinity Stones, Brian. You're not going to. He snaps his fingers, you're finished in politics. Who the F is going to run against Brian Stack if you have any hope of a political future? That's the problem Mr. DeGeese is having right now. Would you like to run against Stack and completely fanute your friggin' political future? No. So I believe the only person who can possibly run against Brian Stack from Jersey City is Tom DeGeese himself. Because they are not going to convince anyone to run against Stack. And again, Stack is the chair, but you're also running against the other mega power, Steve Fuller. Now, who are you going to get to stand up against Brian Stack and Steve Fuller in Jersey City? Ain't going to happen. Because whoever does it, they're done. Those guys aren't the most forgiving politically. So who basically has nothing to lose politically in Hudson County right now, who you can run, and that's Tom DeGeese. Because if Tom doesn't become the HCDO chair, Tom is out. He will not get the line. And a year and a half from now, when Tom's seat is up for election, Brian Stack and Fulop will be so entrenched in Hudson County and shaking things up to the point whoever has the line wins. Brian Stack will be the chair, and he will put the line together. You want to run off line against the HCDO headed up by Brian Stack? You're not going to win. Now, committee people. Everybody get around the screen. Hudson County committee people, come on, get closer. They can't see you. So let's get a little closer. Here's what the problem is. The focus is going to be on the Hudson County committee people. They're going to gather in Kearney, as I understand, for a secret ballot. It isn't hard to figure out, and these guys are pros. They can almost figure out who voted for who in what district and what city and all that. They'll figure out the get out the vote how it is. They'll figure out who voted for what to a degree. Probably a lot easier figuring out what committee people voted for who, just if you're going to probably judge it on some sort of a curve. These votes won't be hard to figure out. Whether it's secret, raise your hand, they're going to figure it out. Does a committee person who has a political future, at least in their minds, maybe they want to run for council in their town or freeholder or whatever, they might be employed, a municipal position or a county position, they're going to make a vote. And I'm going to tell you something, committee. Come back. Okay. Either Brian Stack and Steve Fulop are going to win in June, or they're going to win the next year. But take it to the bank. The future of the HCDO is Brian Stack and Steve Fulop. Now, what happens between those two in the future, that's a whole nother deal. They are very different individuals. But, what was that Paula Abdul song? Opposites attract. Was that the one she was dancing with like a rabbit or something? But there is a song that she did. Does a committee person risk their future? I don't think so. And like I said, Brian Stack, well, as I said before, Brian Stack's going to do well in North Hudson. He has been mining the North Hudson constituent base for years and years, and those constituents also include committee people. He is beloved here. Steve Fulop probably controls about 75% of the committee seats. Now, I think Tom DeGeese would like to embarrass Steve Fulop in Jersey City by having the committee there vote against Stack. This is the same guy they're going to try to embarrass who just got like 78% of the vote in an election. So I don't think that's going to happen. So committee people, you got a tough decision. Good luck with that one. We're going to break the commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. We'll be right back.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport. Live like you want.
Pinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment. Adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panapintoproperties.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
We're back. We're here live, by the way, live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on Comcast 190, live on Roku. I just seen a commercial with Roku. Roku's having a real good year. Big on subscriptions. We're on Roku through live stream. Apple TV is changing their setup, and we're on Apple TV also. We're on Google Chromecast. Yeah, there's so much going on in television, with the streaming. Streaming is the future, and that's the decision we have to make here because we're on Optimum, the old Cablevision, and Comcast, and we pay a pretty good penny to the people that live stream to stream our shows, and we have various equipment here that is proprietary for a live stream, so big commitment. That's why you should download that live stream app. But that's the future, the live stream, the streaming, and the cable networks see it. I got to talk to the Comcast people about their streaming services. But let's talk about It Came from Trenton. I did this Tuesday show. The workaround for the property tax. Now, the feds under Donald Trump, he cut a lot of taxes. And you see stories where people are getting a $1,000 bonus. They're getting another $600 a month in their paycheck. Yeah, people knock that too. Wow, there's $600 a month. Come on. What do you mean, come on? Give me $600 a month. I'd be very happy with that. But part of those tax cuts that he initiated, Donald Trump and Senate and Congress, cut the SALT tax that we have here in New Jersey. Before you could deduct whatever your property taxes were locally. If you pay $18,000 a year, you could deduct $18,000 a year, or a percentage anyway. If you had $30,000, there was deductions. Now it's maxed out at 10, capped. Same as the state of New Jersey caps it. You can deduct on your state taxes up to $10,000. New Jersey has figured a workaround where they are going to make various parts of your municipal government charity. Some people felt they were charities already. So say you're paying more than $10,000 a year. And in Hudson County, the cheapest, should you use the word cheapest, the lowest property taxes was Secaucus. I think next lowest, I think, may have been North Bergen. I know Jersey City was third. And then you go by, Bayonne. Bayonne was, one of the stressed property tax cities. I think Union City was high too, but they don't have a lot of development, no waterfront in Union City. So I guess if you want, you can write your property tax for the 10 grand to Jersey City, whatever municipality you're in. And if it's for anything over 10 grand, you can write a check, charity, to, say, North Bergen street sweeping. Yeah, we'd like to give the street sweepers $3,000 donation. And say you're at 16 grand. Well, we'd want to donate $3,000 a year for the potholes. So what each municipality will have to do is start a charitable organization. Now, we're looking at it, but I got to talk to an attorney today. Not many people do these not-for-profit corporations. I want to talk to an attorney and find out how much BS do I have to put up with for a not-for-profit, because we spoke about it before, the fire victim show. When people are burned out of their house, you don't realize how devastating that is until you're the one sitting on an effing curb and you got no place to go. Your house is gone. Your clothes are gone. Your ID is gone. Furniture's gone. Everything that you had in the morning is gone. You're sitting on a curb and there's somebody from the Red Cross saying, we're going to put you in this motel. You and your family. You got your wife and 3 kids, and we're going to put you in a hot sheet motel where you can get 3-hour rates until things settle down. Well, that apartment building may never settle down. It may be demoed. These people are out, and I want to help them. We can go all live shows and do a telethon and raise funds. So these people, we can get them money for a deposit on a new unit, because it probably takes a while to get the deposit from the old. Give them a voucher, say for Bob's Discount Furniture. They can get furniture. This way they can stay in their community. Their kids can remain in the same schools. Go to the county and the state and get their passport, their Family First card back, their birth certificate, their driver's license. It's a pain in the ass going down to the motor vehicles when you have ID to come up with 6 points. Think about when you have nothing. It's all burned out. So we want to do that here. But, to do it properly, you have to be a not-for-profit. So I spoke to Mayor Fulop and Mayor Sacco. Brian Stack, I had very little conversation with about this, because there was no one more proactive about fire victims than Brian. So I had no problem there. So I'm researching this. But, there's a lot of rules and regulations with not-for-profit. And it's just me. I have my editors here. I got some interns. But when it comes down to the business of this place, it's me. But you have to go through a lot of hoops, and you have to have a board and all that. I don't see how the municipalities do this. And 2, the state vetted this, I guess amongst themselves, because the IRS hasn't said, yeah, this is a good idea, we'll approve this. They didn't say that, and Congress didn't approve that. And I believe only Congress can approve these kind of breaks. But for right now, there is a workaround in place in New Jersey to help you with your property taxes. Now, I don't know what happens if the IRS says, no, we're not approving this. Who pays the penalty and interest on that? I don't know. But there is a lot to deal with when you're doing a not-for-profit. Like, but my regular attorneys, they said, no, we don't do this, just a pain. When your attorneys, who you give money to, don't want to do this, there's a problem. And I know I'm a member of the FOL, the Friends of the Lowe's Theater. And there's a bunch of goofy stuff we have to do, and you have to, trustees and all. I don't get along well with people in committees. I do things, and I get it done. I'll dream up this idea. I'll see it through with not a lot of help, kind of like that My Way song here, but it's worked for me for a long time. I don't know if I can put up with all this not-for-profit crap, but I'm going to weigh that because I want to help people. And God forbid you're ever burned out of your house. Believe me, if there's somebody like me, and I believe if you can help people, if your business can help individuals, you should do that. It should be friggin' mandated. If you can help somebody, you should do it. I have the ability to go live on the Comcast network and on my streaming services, And, you know, we wouldn't be asking for a ton of money. Can you send $10 so we can get these people back on their feet quickly? 'Cause we had a big fire in Jersey City. I think there's 47. It's one of the things Mayor Pulp and I were talking about. There's like 47 people right now are homeless in these motels. These are the people I need to help. And if I can do it, I'm going to do it. Now, since I went through the whole tax thing, we're going to break for commercial, and I'll come back with the rest of it from Trenton. We'll be right back. Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue in Jersey City. Your local collision specialist. Body and fender repair. On-site oven-baked paintwork. Fiberglass repair experts. Custom and classic car restoration. All insurance is welcome. 24-hour towing available. Licensed by the state of New Jersey. Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue, 201-222-3050. Plaza Auto Body, your bumper-to-bumper buddy.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
We're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show. You're watching it live. I'm drinking my coffee. I'm like the last guy should have coffee in the place. You know, I'm an up guy as it is. It came from Trenton. Let's continue on. It was only supposed to be an 8-minute segment. Murph Man, our governor, Phil Murphy. You know, there's got to be some more consistency with Mr. Murphy. And I have full confidence and hope that Phil Murphy is the most successful governor we have ever had in the state of New Jersey. I want him to do 2 terms because that means he's done well. He's not off to a blazing start, in my opinion. Mr. Murphy is looking to cut the homestead rebate that seniors receive by 50%. I think more people are involved than just seniors, but it's a homestead rebate. You know, you may get a couple of $100 a year. Now, again, I like how people look at, it's a couple of $100. They make a big, a couple of $100 freaking dollars is a big thing. You know, there's a project I'm working on in Jersey City with senior centers, trying to improve the senior centers. And one of the things the seniors run into is if they have some money, they're not entitled to a lot of assistance from the state. If you're destitute, the state gives you a lot of help. You don't want to be destitute to get help. But, you know, if I got some guy, I'm thinking of this guy, Tom, I know, veteran, he's in mid-70s. He's got a Social Security, that's it. He's got his apartment, and it's very difficult making ends meet. And it gets more difficult every time because the taxes keep going up, fees keep going up. Somehow we need to figure a way that Tom can get an extra couple of $300 a month. Then Tom would be okay. We sent him for food stamps. He got food stamps, but because he had Social Security, he didn't get a lot. You know, like minute amount, like $19. For seniors, a couple of $100, that's big money. We can't take anything away from seniors. We need to figure out how to get more from seniors. Governor Murphy just passed, signed an ordinance where college tuition, in-state tuition for undocumented dreamers, that'll be approved now. They can get, you know, all the financial aid they can get. You know, we're funding second chance programs, funding opioid programs for people who got strung out on drugs. But in the meantime, my seniors, you know, I got the guy Tom who has a difficulty after he gets around the 20th of the month. Money starts getting tight. That shouldn't happen. These guys paid their dues. This guy was a veteran. He went to war. He shouldn't be struggling. We shouldn't be cutting anything for him so I can transfer it over to some other people. He never got strung out on drugs. He never pulled the gun on someone and robbed them, requiring that second chance. All he did was lead a good life. And now in his golden years, he struggles. We shouldn't do that. So, and I don't think that homestead's going to be taken anyway. There's a lot of backlash from that. Film tax credit may be making a return here in New Jersey. And North Bergen, a lot of people didn't realize, North Bergen had a lot of productions going on. They were in, you've seen those warehouses. It's a warehouse. No, there was production studios in there. My studio here is in North Bergen. You wouldn't know it from the outside, but we're producing television shows here in North Bergen. There were a ton of others shows that were being produced on West Side Avenue. But once the tax credit disappeared, they moved. Now, if you're Marvel, I was talking about Thanos before, Avengers, Infinity Wars. If you look at the credits in a Marvel movie, you always see Georgia. You see that peach. Georgia gives them tons of tax credits to film in the area, and it creates jobs and money is spent. Same thing here in North Bergen. The jobs are usually freelancers. In our business, we go from project to project. But, you bought the supplies at Staples, and you bought your food and craft services from North Bergen, so there was money coming there. Now, in the film tax credit, I understand they're going to exclude reality shows. Listen, you're either with a tax credit or you're not. Now, I never applied for this tax credit. Once it comes back, I'll be applying for that tax credit to see how this works. But it will create jobs. And like I said, there was a bunch of TV production in North Bergen that all left. Now, I don't think we need to give tax deductions to Marvel and Disney. But for the smaller productions, how can you justify giving Marvel, Infinity Wars, Avengers Infinity Wars, is the fastest movie to get past $1 billion. So we got to give them a tax break? No. Governor Murphy is questioning why North Bergen would host a natural gas-powered electric generating station here in North Bergen. Well, let me say, of course, it would be generating electricity for New York City. Well, that's our neighbor, and the more electricity we can generate in the Northeast, the better off we are. That can only benefit all of us. But the main reason, money. Now, it's clean burning, so it's not polluting anything. So don't listen to all those crying heart, bleeding hearts. The people in North Bergen will be doing the happy dance when they get the reduction on their property taxes. That's why. Actually, the subsidy bill for PS&G, it turns out that PS&G will be using some of those subsidies for out-of-state power plant. So really, it's really no different than what North Bergen's doing here. Why do we have to have a smoking one graphic? Get the smoking out of there. That's why. Now, Nick Sacco, first and foremost, he takes care of the people of North Bergen. He wants to get those property taxes down as much as he can. This thing will have a direct impact on property taxes. It'll be clean burning. It'll create jobs in North Bergen. Does it definitely just have to generate electricity for New York? I doubt that. I'm sure North Bergen eventually, if needed, can tap into it. But more importantly, it helps the town of North Bergen, property tax-wise. It creates jobs and handles all that. So that's what we're looking at. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'll be right back. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design studio and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Good Friend Self Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer a Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together. In the Hudson County Show, Pat O'Melia here, you concerned resident. We're doing it live. You went through all that already. Yeah, I was talking about the guy Tom and the seniors, and it's very difficult for them to go through the month. When you get to around the 20th, 22nd, that money starts coming tight, and they got to make decisions then. Yes, I can't afford the copay on a prescription. Whatever they have to pay, you know, I got to try to delay this bill here for PS&G or the phone, whatever, their cell phone, whatever it is. They have to make decisions. Maybe I don't buy that food. I'll try to get this. You know, it's very difficult when they get to the end of the month, and it's turning. And we've been covering this for the last 3 months. It's the death of 1,000 taxes. Now, Governor Murphy believes the people in New Jersey will be okay with paying more taxes if we see more services. I don't know how that's going to work in New Jersey. And I kindly believe, and I hope Governor Murphy has a real plan on how he's going to help the property owners here, because they're paying, we're the #1 state in property taxes. And it ain't going to get no better, because all these programs that Governor Murphy is signing cost money, which money we don't have right now. We got to come up with more money. You know, we're talking about the pot money, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen in 2018. I don't know where we're going with the sports betting. That doesn't seem like it's happening. They keep saying there's going to be decision. It's not happening. But what does happen is the taxes keep going up and up. Jersey City school budget just increased the taxes to the property owners 6.5%. That guy, Tom, well, his landlord is going to raise his rent because increase in the school tax. Bayonne just had an increase of 13.2%. Now, again, with issues that resonate, you know, I think that would have resonated a little bit in Bayonne, but for some reason it didn't. The senior in Bayonne who is a home, and again, when I talk about some of these seniors, they look at, well, that senior's got a house and, you know, you got Social Security or you got a little pension. That's hardly covering their expenses. That's really what they're doing now, is covering their expenses. They don't have a lot of, I don't want to use the word discretionary money. They don't have enough bucks to get through the month. When they get to the end of that month, they're making some decisions here that could affect their health. They may start self-medicating. And when we keep, well, and it's, you know, 2% here, 3% here, 13% is a friggin' ridiculous increase. I don't know how that is possible, that your budgeting is so bad that you got to jack it up. Again, going back to Brian Stack and Nicholas Sacco here in North Bergen, you never hear the increases of that magnitude, 13%. These guys, well, first off, these two guys don't kick anything down the road. If there's an issue they have to deal with, they're not going to bond for something and let the future pay off that bond. They're going to deal with this now. Sacco and Stack see the problems as they start developing and they attack it. That's why you don't see North Bergen say, well, we're going to increase your tax at 13%. Never effing going to happen with Nick Sacco or Brian Stack. These two guys are A and 1A, the templates for mayors. You want to be a good mayor, whatever these guys do today, you do tomorrow. These taxes, you know, it's devastating for the seniors and disabled people. And I tell you what, it's tough for that young couple who's raising a family and they're trying to pay the bills and they just got zapped with 13 or 7% and 1% here, 2% there. Like I said on a Jersey City show. They said, well, you know, it's just really a drop in a bucket. It's not a lot of money. Well, you know, you put enough drops in this cup, I can drink. And that's what's happening here. We're throwing drops and drops, 1% here, 2% there. This fee went up. That ticket went up. PS&G, your public service gas and electric bill is going to go up $40 a year. Well, it's only $40 a year. I'd rather the $220s in my wallet. But that's not going to happen. All these things start adding up. And each year, look at your gasoline. Gasoline has gone up in the last 2-3 weeks like 30 cents a gallon. That's a direct impact because delivery is going to start costing more. The food starts costing. Everything costs more when the prices of everything keeps going up. Who's it get passed on to is the end user. So whether it's a parking ticket that went up or the school tax that goes up or the fuel tax that goes up, these things all have expenses that when you're 70 and your earning years are gone, hopefully you still have your health, you can't do it. There's no extra money coming in. It's not like, I'm going to go out and take a second job or I'm going to quit this one and try to get a new one. That doesn't happen. That's why I'm talking about the death of 1,000 taxes. But throw in the fees and throw in the expenses. New Jersey, we're talking about gas tax, and I argued about this 2 years ago when they started proposing jacking up the fuel tax here because ours was the second lowest in the state, in the country. Now it's the second highest in the country. As soon as they found something that weren't taxing enough, boom, we went and taxed it. But these are the things that chip away at the livelihood and the quality of life of seniors, and it's the death of 1,000 taxes. In Jersey City, it's going to get even more frightening because they're going to come up with a new school funding program. Senate President Steve Sweeney, Governor Murphy, a group of others are trying to figure out a fair way to fund the schools. There are some schools that are way underfunded, some are overfunded. Jersey City, in particular, is considered to be way overfunded. Jersey City, in all reality, is probably going to lose about $100 million a year in school funding. Now, this could be all those abatements coming back to roost that we gave out for years and years. The state was running the Jersey City school system. This is all before Fulop. They were running the Jersey City school system. There was no school tax increase in Jersey City for like 20 years. And now the state's giving back the control of the city, and you're getting back the expense of the city. Now the state's looking at funding all these schools in all 21 county districts and 565 municipalities. Jersey City is certainly going to lose some funding, and they may lose a ton of funding. I think right now, Jersey City gets, the school budget they just approved was $600 million. It's almost the same amount as the city itself. And out of the $600 million, I think the state pays $400 million or $450 million. That's not going to continue to happen. So, Jersey City Board of Ed, what are you doing to figure out how you're going to deal with these cuts in the future, which that future is coming real fast? I haven't heard any conversation. And now, school, it's a separate entity from the city. That's something Mayor Fulop's going to have to get very involved in. Or that guy, Tom, I spoke of, he'll be friggin' homeless if he's got to pay that difference on that $100 million. Because the 6.5% increase in Jersey City, there were no layoffs, but they even took money from reserves to carry a budget, and still had to raise it 6.5%. So all those seniors, we may force them out. There's affordable housing. We didn't get to do it. They're trying to figure out how to deal with it in Hoboken now. Jersey City, we better figure out real hard how we can keep people in Jersey City. And don't look as well, they own that home, they're doing well. You're going to lose that home on taxes and fees and all this. And that's the danger that we have here in New Jersey as a whole. Not just Jersey City or Hudson County. As a whole, it's getting just too damn expensive. And that's why we should have a shared service czar that mandates that in New Jersey. All right, we're out of show. You be good, you be safe. You bike people got lucky. Good night.